there, folks. Saying T at the Arizona Ghostriders. I'm here with two other Ghostriders, Arizona Red and Dirty Dan. Today we're at Goldfield Ghost Town up here in Apache Junction, Arizona. And we're going to check out a brothel. Oh, did you tell your wife about that?
I'm in.
We're going to the ice cream parlor.
Brothels, bordellos, or disorderly houses have been around since the caveman days when Neanderthals would pay for the company of a woman with mastodon meat. Okay, that's probably not true. Sorry. Seriously, though, prostitution was coined the most ancient profession by Rudyard Kipling in 1889.
Do you like Kipling?
I don't know. I've never kippled.
Although there's a lot of argument about which career gets the honor of the oldest profession, I'd agree that it is in the top 3. Definitely not a YouTube creator. So let's focus on the Old West. First of all, it's important to know that prostitution was legal in pretty much every territory. In the early days of the frontier, men outnumbered women about 50 to 1, so it was a big business.
Bordello. House of ill repute. Soiled doves.
Stop that. The women who worked in bordellos were typically a cleaner and healthier lot than the prostitutes who operated in the cribs. Cribs were little shacks or back rooms where these private operators could ply their trade. In the brothels, it was the madam's job to make sure the sheets were clean every day and the girls were checked frequently for disease. You see, venereal disease was a big concern back then. Archaeological digs have uncovered medicine bottles like copaiba oil, which was used in the treatment of those diseases. Some of the soiled doves died from exposure to syphilis and gonorrhea. Sadly, others took their lives or overdosed on drugs. It was definitely not a glamorous profession, but it paid well.
Money makes the world go around, the world go around, the world go around.
In Montana Territory, a madam by the name of Josephine Airy opened a hurdy-gurdy house in Helena that catered to the many miners in the area. You could start with a dance and an overpriced drink, then move to the back room for a little horizontal refreshment. In 1875, Helena became the capital, bringing in more people, including a more prestigious clientele. Well, Josephine's success grew rapidly. Right down the road, about 68 miles, Butte, Montana has a network of tunnels running underneath a section of the business district. In the Dumas brothel, there was a stairway leading down to the tunnels where rooms were built for the old rumpy-pumpy. Interesting note, other businesses had access to these tunnels as well, so a feller could just take a work break from the daily, grind. In Cripple Creek, Colorado, Pearl DeVere ran the Homestead House in 1896, which was a pretty high-class establishment. Miners paid top dollar to spend an evening with her girls. There was more than one brothel in Cripple Creek, but this one's still around as a museum today and worth checking out. Or checking in. Whatever. San Antonio had a popular bordello run by Fanny Porter. It was frequented by some outlaw elements like Butch Cassidy's gang. Yeah, a lot of money that went through there was ill-gotten. This is a gilded cage. Women were up in here doing their little dances and stuff, parading around, showing off their goods. It's kind of uncomfortable and a little bit weird, but otherwise it's hot! Speaking of which, you know the famous Birdcage Theater in Tombstone? Well, that's not how it got its name. It was a theater and a bar and a brothel. Ladies of the evening were servicing men in the balcony boxes as well as rooms in the basement. The red light districts were brought about when railroad workers would take their lit lanterns in the cribs in between shifts for the old slap and tickle.
Where is this place? Oh, found it.
This term remains popular today in many cities around the world. Now, we'll do more on famous madams, bordellos, and prostitutes in future episodes. Well, folks, that's it on brothels in the Old West. Oh, I left my wallet back there. Oh, hey, Nancy.
You
What?
will not return to that den of sin. Home is that way.
Well, yeah, but I left my wallet over there. So...
Home is that way.
Okay.
Don't forget, folks, to like, share, and subscribe, and see you on down the trail. Oh, hi, Rex, and don't you go in there either.
What are you drinking?
Pepto-Bismol.
Oh.
Smoothie to make another smoothie.